Hey everybody, Manny Talavera here. We're now on day 104, and on this video, we're going to talk about the best markets for selling information. So the best markets for selling coaching, consulting, and course creation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some ideas you want to think about. And what you really want to think about is transaction size. Transaction size is really, really important when you think about scaling an information marketing business or selling at a high, making a lot of money. You want a higher transaction size. And in order to do that, you've got to help people who are in high transaction size markets. And so we're just going to kind of walk you through some of that. And so like one of the best markets you can get into is the real estate market, selling coaching to people who are investing in real estate. And so, yeah, no, a person is buying and selling, they're buying, rehabbing and selling, they're buying and wholesaling, like they're buying it one day and selling it the next day to someone else. Or there are a lot of people that also just buy for equity and then they rent them out. So they build a portfolio that way. And so if there's a way for you get in that market, you can do really, really well because transaction sizes can be very, very high. And so if you got someone who's buying, rehabbing, and flipping, and on average they can make $25,000 or $50,000, it's very easy to sell a person like that a coaching or consulting package for $25,000 or $50,000. The fees can be very, very high because there's so much upside there. So let's say you decide to get in that space and you're selling for 50,000 and you get clients, and on average they're making 25,000 a transaction. So they're buying a house, they're rehabbing it, and they're selling it, and they're making 25 grand a transaction. The first two transactions, you're getting all the money from the first two, but they get the rest of the money into perpetuity, and they can ultimately make millions and millions and millions. And so the real estate market is really good, and you see a lot of people building really good coaching businesses, selling coaching for anywhere from 15,000 to 50 or $75,000, and you can do really well there. The drawback here is that you got to be an USN. You got to be one of them. You've got to have done it, and if you haven't done it, it's going to be harder to sell. We'll talk about a workaround there here in a second. But what you want to think about is the best part about this is you don't have to have done it 100 times. And so what you can do is you can do 3 or 5. And if you can do 3 or 5 and make a lot of money just doing 3 or 5, you can now start selling coaching and teaching other people how to do it. As long as the system works and the system's legitimate and you're not ripping anyone off, it will work. And the great thing is if you've done 3 or 5, the system that you got definitely does work. But like I said, I can tell you there's a lot of people in the space who make a lot more money selling coaching to people in the real estate market than they made buying and selling. But like I said, you have to have a space, a path there. Now, the other thing is if you've never bought and sold any, what you can do is go find someone who's already doing it and they're doing really, really well. And then what you can do is you can partner with them and you can help them to create a coaching division. And so you've got someone out there who's making millions of dollars a year buying and selling. What you can do is you can partner with them, and now they've got their real estate stock business, and then they've got their information business, and the information business is a side business that you're going to run for them for a percentage of the revenue. And so there is a workaround there that you can do. But you just, like I said, that's what you want to think about. You want to think about, transaction sizes or how much money, that business can bring in. And like I said, that's a good market. Frank Kern did really well selling consulting to chiropractors, cosmetic dentists, cosmetic surgeons, people like that, where the average transaction size is very, very high. And what he was able to do is he's able to help them with marketing systems to build their revenue. And again, I think he was charging around 17 to 25,000, and those people were in the marketplace charging $70,000 to $25,000. And so the formula there is 1 to 1. So if he gets them one client, they've got their money back, and then any client he gets them after that is net. And so that's a really good pricing model. 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, they have to get two clients to get their money back, and anything they make after that. And that's a good model to look at. And those are both really good markets. Grant Cardone did really, really well selling information to car dealership owners to help them to basically to help sales teams. So he was selling sales training to car dealerships. And so the training was going to all of the salespeople, but he was selling that as a at a very, very high fee. And he was selling consulting with these training packages to car dealerships where they're doing very, very well based on the amount of salespeople they have. And so my advice to you is just do some research and look at the markets. And if you can help people with systemization, marketing strategy, or Facebook, Google, Bing, YouTube, any of those ad platforms, you can charge a lot of money. But we're going to move to the next video, and we will see you all on the other side. And thanks a lot.